So I'm here with Pete Siberell, who is the director of the Mount Wilson Trail Race, and we're having a little technical difficulty, so I'm going to try and talk to him on the phone, and hopefully it'll record. But Pete, if you could just talk about the maybe first before we get into the upcoming race, a little bit on the history of the Mount Wilson Trail Race, and then where we are currently.
Sure, Glenn. Thanks for having me. Yeah, this is fairly timely in that Bob Spears and I gave a talk to to the Sierra Madre Historical Society about the history of the race and the state of the trail now. Um, this is Mount Wilson Trail Race is the second oldest trail race in California. Started in 1908, and they missed a few years here and there before and after the wars, but we've been running it consistently since the early 80s. Um, in one form or another, it used to go all the way to the top of Mount Wilson and from Sierra Madre, which is a 7 mile slog, and they'd rest for half an hour and then they'd come back down. Obviously, since that time, it's been changed a number of times, but however long I've been involved with it, it's always started from Kirsten Court up to Orchard Camp, which is about 4.3 miles up from town and then back again. So a total of 8.6 miles, 2,100 feet vertical gain.
Right. And you mentioned that it's the second oldest, and I believe the Catalina race is the oldest. Is that right?
No, actually, it's a race I've run many times up in the Bay Area called the Dipsy Race.
Okay.
I guess started 1905,
Okay.
and that goes from the little town of Mill Valley over Mount Tam over to Stinson Beach.
Okay.
So I used a little
And
bit of my knowledge of that race to add some new things to our race here in Sierra Madre.
okay. And then I believe there was a lag, maybe 15 years in like 1950-ish or so, late 40s.
That's correct, and I think they made some really strange decisions on when to start that race. I mean, I've heard a number of races were started at like noon or 11 o'clock, and middle of summer, and people were, heat frustration, all kinds of stuff. And so not a lot of knowledge on how to put on a race. And they weren't getting a lot of, so the years they were not holding it, they weren't getting enough sponsors to help pay for it and get volunteers. But we've kind of have our act together and we were able to do that pretty well.
Okay. And so now, I mean, there's been some concerns that maybe we wouldn't have it. We certainly didn't have it last year because of the fire and floods, but now we're back in business, correct?
We're back. We're very excited. The trail, I don't know if you were up there after the fires or the rains, but it was closed. The trail was closed for well over a year. Um, I keep saying the trail's never been in better shape, and this year goes no exception. It's an amazing shape. The work that has been done, it's hard to describe what it looked like, the devastation from the fire and the subsequent rains. We've had incredible amount of volunteer work done over these past 12 to 14 months to get the trail back and really better than ever. We were constantly pushing U.S. Forest Service to open up the Mount Wilson Trail, and they were very reluctant to do it because above Orchard Camp up to top of Mount Wilson did not get any love. And so most of our volunteer, we work up to Orchard Camp to get the trail ready for the race. We told U.S. Forest Service that we'd help go up above Orchard Camp to work and fix some areas. We did that, and they were, they opened it up for us a few months ago, and that trail is very, very busy because everything west of us is pretty much closed.
Right, right. And you mentioned the volunteers and Bob Spears and his group of volunteers and Russell Mix and a whole slew of others. Um, I know I'll sit like on my front porch at about 4 in the morning to have my morning coffee, and I can see lights going up, and I've learned that it's a handful of women that are going up there and actually hauling rebar and other equipment. That
It, it's
just
just
amazing.
it is the you know, and it's not it's tough work. I mean, you're going uphill with a bunch of tools and up a steep slope, and it's also very dangerous work. It was. I mean, again, going up there right after the fires and the rains, there were sections that were completely wiped out, and we got people working around those where if you fall, you know, it's 200, 300 feet down, and that's it for you. Um, these people are selfless, and they're just wonderful people to be with. Their work has been amazing.
So we're back on schedule for May 23rd. Um, are there still spots available if anybody wants to last minute entry?
We're getting really close to being full, Glenn. We've limited this race to about 350 just because of the single track nature and the steepness of it. We're going to this week. We're going to take up to 375, knowing that we'll have some no shows. But I think this is probably our last week of getting people registered. We'll be full by the weekend.
Okay, and all the volunteers are in place. And
Yeah,
I
everything's great.
understand. I understand Maggie Moran, the owner of the Adams Pack Station, is going to sing the national anthem.
She is. She's fantastic. She'll be back. Yeah, I keep asking her to bring her mules with her, and you know, that'd be a nice display. But I will give Maggie as much love as we can. We know that Chantry is getting a lot of people coming through there too, and we want to be able to show her off as well.
Right, right. And so the volunteers that have been doing the work, they're providing the labor, but there's also a fund that people can donate, the Flesher Trail Maintenance Fund.
Yes, thank you
And
for bringing that up. Yes, that money goes for all the tools and materials we use up on the trail. Because we're doing constantly. Bob is running to Home Depot every other day to buy new stuff and new tools, and the Fletcher Maintenance Fund helps us raise that money. And we're also have a couple related events with the race where we're also raising money for Sierra Madre Search and Rescue, and it's a tremendous organization, as you know,
sure.
uh, looking, helping people off the mountain, and they'll be up there on race day. They'll have like 18 people up on the trail looking after the runners.
Right. And, I've had a few people, ask me because of, just with safety concerns.
Yeah.
And you did mention that it's never looked better. And I know Bob Spears had mentioned the same thing that people that are racing, they can feel comfortable that the trail is safe. And
Yeah, yeah, I would say that that's so, Glenn. This race, it's a trail race, and it's grueling, and there are rocks and trees and all kinds of stuff that you got to get over. Um, but the city was concerned about after the fires and the rains, the condition of it. They hired a company called Tetra Tech, which has been doing an assessment of the trail and its safety. So Bob and his crew have kind of answered all their concerns, whether by fixing those areas exactly or flagging certain areas that Tetra Tech was a little bit worried about. We're also going to man areas of concern with search and rescue personnel. But I'm confident that I mean, it's a fight between Bob and me. I try to keep it as rustic and tough as possible. Bob would like to, if he had his druthers, he'd be paving the thing and having a two lane road he can, take bikes up. So, um, but it's a safe trail, and we're looking forward to having a safe race.
Another question that I have a neighbor down the road um, that asked if I would ask you. There was last year there was the 5K recovery run, race and walk through the streets of Sierra Madre. Will we be seeing that happen again?
Yeah, well, it's funny. When the trail was closed last year, the committee could have just said, well, wait till next year or whenever the trails reopen. We wanted to do something. So we did create that 5K within town and call it the recovery run and to raise awareness of all the work that had to be done, that had been done and had yet to be done to fix the trails, not only Mount Wilson but also Bailey Canyon. And with this 5K, we created a monster. We had 600 plus people. We had to cut it off. We ran out of t-shirts. We ran out of space. So I think, people looked at us and say, well, we want it back. Are you going to do it? And I think we've basically said, yeah, we'll do it. October 10 it's going to be called the Sierra Madre Trailhead 5K, Saturday, October 10. The route is, it's not easy. It's not like running a lap around the Rose Bowl for a 5K. It touches the Mount Wilson trailhead. It also touches the Bailey Canyon trailhead, but with the same start and finish in Kirsten Court on Baldwin. As it turns out, that course is exact 5K a distance. So
right.
We're going to bring it back and raise more money.
Well, I know my neighbor Liz will be appreciative.
Yeah, it's cool because it's a whole different bunch of people who, maybe trail racing's not their thing. Maybe they're a little intimidated by the race, which is very, Mount Wilson's a tough race. They feel more comfortable running in the city streets, which is perfect. It's fine. Whole new set of people that are getting some healthy activity.
Right, and probably some children too that might not have run the trail otherwise.
Absolutely. Actually, yeah, we had a high school competition. We had 5 different high schools, and I think about 40 kids ran. It was really cool.
Right. Well, great. Well, Pete, thank you so much for all the work you guys do. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about the upcoming race?
Just that, if you're not, even if you're not going to run, it's, that day is just it's one of those Sierra Madre days. We've got a few of them throughout the year where it's cool to be a resident Sierra Madre, to walk down to Kirsten Court, and it's basically a celebration of the trail with lots of music and beer garden and vendors, and it's a really cool vibe. So please, if you're not going to run, just please come on out and have a cup of coffee or a beer and cheer these people on.
Right, I would agree. I like to get there early, grab some coffee, watch the runners arrive and the starting gun and all of it, and wait around until they return.
We'll wait for them all. It's every person's race. We'll wait till the very last one of them finishes. It's a great community event, and I really appreciate your support of it, Glenn.
Sure. Well, thank you so much. And with your permission, I will at the end of this, I'll put up some links to the trail race, and if I can find a Fletcher fund, I'll put that all up, and that way people know how to get in touch.
That's great. And I alternatively, I will, first of all, I'll put news about this in our next email blast. We're going to sending out to all of our participants.
Great. Well, again, Pete, thank you so much.
Thanks, Glenn.
If I don't see you before then, I'll see you Saturday morning, the 23rd.
Your race day. Thanks very much, Glenn. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Starting with the morning light, the sun begins to rise in the heart of Sierra Madre, where the mountain breeze and sighs. Kirsten Court is buzzing now, excitement in the air. Runners from all over, every hope and every dare. The hills call out their story as a canyon starts to gleam, chasing dreams in footsteps like a long forgotten dream. Oh, sing to the mountains, sing to the sky. The Wilson Trail is calling, there's no need to be shy. In the heart of the crowd, we all lift our hands high. In Sierra Madre we run, oh, how we fly.
Residents gather close, sharing smiles across across the space, cheering on the runners, feeling pride in every pace. Maggie sings our anthem, her voice full of grace, a reminder of our freedom in this beautiful place.
Every cheer is a heartbeat, every shout rings loud. Together we create the spirit of this racing crowd. Amongst the mountains rising through the lush green trails, every story woven here tells of triumph that prevails. Oh, sing to the mountains, sing to the sky. The Wilson Trail is calling, there's no need to be shy. In the heart of the crowd, we all lift our hands high. In Sierra Madre, we run. Oh, how we fly. The rugged paths are calling through the beauty that we share. Each mile a celebration, every moment in the air. Volunteers around the water, their smiles shining bright, holding cups of kindness in the warmth of morning light. Oh, sing to the mountains, sing to the sky. The Wilson Trail is calling, there's no need to be shy. In the heart of the crowd, we all lift our hands high. In Sierra Madre, we run. Oh, how we fly. So here's to every runner, to each brave soul out there. Through the canyons and the valleys, we'll keep meeting everywhere. In this heart of Sierra Madre, where the sun paints every bloom, we keep running.